Okay, here's the situation, guys. I recorded an entire 45-minute conquest, 45, maybe 40-minute conquest game with Persephone. This gameplay you're watching right here. And the entire time, my mic wasn't recording and I had no idea. So, oh, there's two mouses. I was like, what the hell? Is there a ghost? Somebody moving my mouse? um, so yeah, I'm gonna have to dub over this this gameplay and just do like an in review basically for Persephone. But it honestly works out because then I can kind of go over tips and tricks and general things that I wanted to go over, because the point of this video was supposed to be a gameplay for Persephone, but it was also supposed to be like an explanation of her clit. Oh my god, I'm not redoing it. I just said that. An explanation of her kit, and yeah, so that's what we're just gonna do this, you know. We're just gonna one take it. Who cares? I mean, it was a Freudian slip, if you will. So yeah, basically
Okay.
Persephone, she's kind of a complex god. I mean, she definitely isn't as straightforward as people think, and that's why I think a lot of people, I'm literally a solo laner, and people come into my stream and ask me all the time about how to play Persephone, and people comment on my YouTube all the time about how to play Persephone, and people seem to have interest in Persephone video / guide when I asked about it on my YouTube. So it seems like mid laners aren't doing their job, or somebody's not doing their job, and so I'm gonna try and explain to you guys basically her kit. So what I'm doing right now is you can level your one at level 1. You can actually throw out your one, and at the end of it, it'll spawn a plant. A lot of people don't know that. So if you want to get your plants out in lane early game, you can go ahead and throw out your one and even start it. I was a little bit late out of base, so I actually couldn't get a ton of plants out, but we got 2, which is fine. Usually you want to get a few out, like 3 or 4. If you start your 1, you can also start your 2 if you really want to try and set up your plants. But yeah, so that's usually where Persephone's pressure comes from. It's from all the plants and everything. I did like a perfect play-by-play for 45 minutes, so that's why my voice is like probably not perfect when it comes to that. So so there's 3 different stages of your plants as well, and the entire Persephone kit revolves around her plants. The 3 different stages are: the first stage, you can auto it and it'll just heal you, and then after I think 2 or 3 seconds, it'll spawn into an explosion plant, where if you auto it, explode in an AoE and it does decent damage and it slows. And then the third stage, which takes 24 seconds to get to. It'll take 24 seconds for you to get to the third stage. It'll spawn into a plant where if you auto it, it'll chase down the enemy, explode on them, and do damage in a little cone. So yeah, that's basically it. This Kronos had like Warriors Blessing and Ethereal, so he was pretty tanky. I wasn't going to be able to poke him out too hard. And I usually would go tier 2 Bancrofts, just because Bancrofts is really good on Persephone, because when you're in your passive form, your ghost form, when you're using abilities and just running around untargetable for about, like, I think like 6 seconds, 5 seconds, I don't know. Your Bancroft passive actually works, so you actually get the full 200 power from the passive, which is just insane. So you can run around and do a little bit extra damage, because you do get 50% reduced damage when you're in that ghost form. So yeah, keep that in mind. But this game I went Warriors Blessing plus Bancrofts. Literally the only reason I did that is because we had a Baron and I wanted a Baron's Brew. So I was like, I could go tier 2 Bancrofts and pots, but Warriors Blessing tier 1 plus Baron's Brew sounds a little bit nicer. Plus, I didn't know what I was against. If I was against like an Erling or something, I probably would have needed those extra pots for the poke and everything. I'm against a Kronos, so it's a little bit more like, you know, mage v mage, not too tough. The way Persephone works is you most of the time what you want to do is your 3 is really crucial to your kit, because it'll proc the plants for you. So if you throw down your plants and then jump on them, like if you dash away from them, it'll explode them depending on which stage they're in. If they're in the first stage, then it'll turn them into an explosion, and if they're in the second stage, it'll turn them into a plant. So it basically turns them into the next stage instantly. So this, if I dash it, it'll explode because it was in the first stage. And what you want to do with Persephone as well is after you dash, you get an explosion plant for free. So basically, every time you throw down a plant and then dash on it, you're going to explode that plant, and then you can throw down another one and explode that for extra slows, for extra damage. And yeah, just a ton of burst. Yeah, keep that in mind. Early game, the plants, the ones that chase the enemies, are a little bit more difficult to juke because you're a little bit slower, but towards the late game, it's going to be a lot harder for you to actually confirm those. You're going to have to use your ults like here to actually secure your flank damage. I end up not getting the kill here, but, you know, he's just a pretty tanky Cronus with this start, so yeah, no big deal. Just going to clear up the wave. I do have, I don't have TP, so I do want to try and clear as fast as possible and then get my back off, depending on what he does, so. I did get the first totem, that's the most important totem. He's been getting the last two. No big deal, really. I went for a kill and lost some pressure off of that because of the wave clear. So. Another thing you can do with Persephone is max range. You can throw out an auto and then click 2, and it will actually speed up your use of your 2. So I don't know exactly when I'll do it. Again, I'm watching over this gameplay because of the issue with the mic, but I'll do it eventually and you'll see. I think I try to explain it. So basically what that means is that way you don't have to throw out your 2 and then wait a second for the animation and then auto to explode it. You can throw out an auto and then right after you throw out that auto, throw your 2 at the max range and it'll instantly explode it. Or if you're trying to heal, it'll be an instant heal. So right here, Cronus back, so I'm just trying to get this wave under tower as quickly as possible and then take my back considering I don't have TP. Plus I can get a full bang cross off of it, so yeah. Just walking our farmer butt back to lane. I was talking right there, I think I was talking about how you can go Cronus Pendant as well, the 2-2 Cronus Pendant start, especially in mid, that's really potent right now because it's 60 power and 15 MP5, you'll never run out of mana. But I think in solo, the extra sustain you get from Bang Cross plus the fact that you don't really need a MP5 considering you have blue buff and Warrior's Blessing procs and Baron's Brew and everything, you should be fine, so that's why I really like Baron's Brew in solo. Just clearing up blue here. So like I said before, you really want to set up your abilities with your ult because all of your abilities are pretty hard to confirm apart from your explosion. These plants aren't going to hit this guy if he jukes them. He jukes kind of into them though. If I threw out my plant there, that would have been a lot better. I would have killed him there. If I threw out my plant before I 3'd exploded that, then throw out my 3, he might have ulted earlier, so it might not have killed him either way, but that was really close to killing him. But that's the poke I was talking about and the pressure you get from plants. He ended up like getting hit by all the chasey plants, so I thought he was gonna walk into that. So see, it was in the explosion state. If I dash it, then it turns into a regular chasey plant and it'll chase him down. We'll just call them exploding plants, chasey plants, and heal plants. So I have Bane Cross over this guy, so I 100% want to take these trades. That's a lot of good damage. Just setting up plans throughout the lane just for the next fight or next wave clear that we have to go through. So now that I don't have my ults up, it's really hard to confirm my abilities. I thought he might shoot into that there, but he kind of just like walks away from me. It's really hard to actually get anything on him. I didn't actually activate my plant there, unfortunately. May walk into that. He does. Hit level 8. That should be getting some good damage. And with that, even more poke. So I think where people get the wrong idea is that they think that you need be Zach, because I thought it would hit so I could secure the kill. People get the wrong idea with Persephone. I think people overcomplicate like throwing out your 2s and being too worried about your plants. A lot of times just throwing out 1s consistently will set up plants in your lane for you. Honestly, you should probably throw down some 2s here and there wherever you want, like up in lane when you want to play aggro and back in lane when you have to play defensive, especially in mid. In mid lane, you should definitely throw some plants around your tower so that you can play aggro or play up when you have to play defensively. So right there, like I said, setting up your damage with your ult is the best way to do it. I just ulted him, and I assume he had beads, so he couldn't get out of it, and his ult was probably down as well. So I just set him up, and then I threw down all of my plants on top of my ult where he was placed. And then I dashed it for all that burst damage, and that's basically what you want to do to really secure your burst damage. Like I said before, just throwing out your 2s and then jumping on them will explode them instantly, and you'll just get so much damage off. And even if they turn into the explosion plant, they turn into the explosion plant, and then you dash it, and then it turns into a chasey plant, it'll still easily hit them while they're in your ult. So yeah, so now we got 2 kills for ourselves, which is pretty nice. We got a solo kill on Cronus that was pretty good. I used my B4, but like I said before, I think that was worth it because I thought he was going to be able to hit me with his stun. I have no mana, so this game's going to be a little bit awkward. I've been out of base for a while. It looks like the whole squad's coming over, including Erling. So I got a Warrior's Blessing proc there, so I got a little bit extra mana. Force his ult, slow down the Erling just so maybe Nem can get away. Ninja's here as well, and you guys aren't gonna believe me, but I literally started looking away from my screen because Odin, my dog, if you guys don't know, my dog's name is Odin. He literally started going crazy in my room right when this happened. So I was like, looked over, and then they all dove me. But guess what? It worked out because what happened? I got into my ghost form even when I died. They were diving me, and my team rotated, and we killed all 3 of them. We killed everyone. So that's what I was talking about with the Bane Cross. I got a nice little chunk of damage there on them while my team cleaned up. So ended up working out for us. So I think, obviously, Persephone, her best use is to be built full damage, but I like messing around and going a bit bruiser on her, going her bruiser mage and solo. You know how I love to do that. So that's what I'm going to be going this game. I'm going to be going Genji's first because it's they have Kronos and Thoth, who are a decent amount of magical damage. And then I'm going to be going into a Jade Emperor's because Jade Emperor's is like a nice little bruiser item. It's more of a defense item because it only gives you 20 power, but it's nice to go, and it's pretty potent for most of the game. So definitely worth going. So what I need to do when I get back to lane is just set up plants here and there, just so I have some options while I'm in lane. Keep in mind that you do have a certain amount of plants and or seeds, I guess. And if you have a certain amount, if you have seeds when you back to base, it'll amount to gold. It will equate to gold by your passive. It's one of the parts of your passive. So you don't always want to use all your plants, but if you're trying to play super aggro, then it's definitely good. If I can hit him with some plants here, that's good. It's really good poke. Just increases the likelihood that I can burst him before he gets his ult off. Oh, excuse me. So my team's kind of losing the fight and right. Unfortunate. But that's what made this game so close, is that it was kind of a back and forth game, honestly. So right here, I kind of just sitting at the tower line because I knew Cronus wanted to back, and I wanted to get the wave under the tower while also being able to go to my blue buff. Let the minions group up there and then explode that plant. Just was going to tag this and then go to my blue. A bit awkward. Finish off totem and then go to my blue as well. We get a little bit more damage on tower here, plus he may lose some of that tower, or some of those minions to the tower and gold and stuff.
Enemy missing middle.
Doing our blue buff now, so his tower's really low, and usually on a mage you don't really want to get the tower too early because it's hard for you to push up because you're an easy kill. But when you have tank items and you're going more tanky, then it's fine. Just trying to poke him down here. The 2 ways you can kill Cronus is just bursting him super fast before his ult, or you have to poke him and make it really unlikely for him to get a lot of heal off his ult. So that's what happened right here. I completely whiffed my ult. I don't want to talk about it. Let's just blame lag once again, or blame Odin. We'll blame both. Odin was lagging in my room. But it didn't really matter either way. I was gonna force his ult, like, regardless, and I wasn't gonna kill him with it, so he probably would have just ulted out anyway. So me missing out really didn't matter too much, even though I should have hit it. And then Nem came over for the clean kill anyway. So that's what I was saying. That's how you can kill Cronus. It's just poking him so that whenever he ults, he actually doesn't get a lot of heals off because your poke is over a long period of time. He doesn't instantly get it back right. So yeah, like I said, getting a tower isn't too bad this early on, just because I do have tank items, so I actually can push up and be kind of hard to deal with. Playing that wave, getting a lot of farm off this and stealing the blue buff, which is really good for us. I want to start getting some high aggro wards as well. That way we can play really aggro and my team will know when to do it. So this is me showcasing what I was talking about. I'll go back just a second. I have the capability to do that as a replay. So what I was talking about with the throwing out your auto and then 2ing is, so I dash, I auto, and then I 2. So that it instantly explodes it so nobody has time to react. If you do that at like max range or a long distance, it's really easy to do. You can't really do it close range. It's kind of just impossible. So practice doing that. It's just a little thing you guys can try doing and just really take your Persephone to the next level. I'm going Shell because as Persephone, you kind of want to just sit there and kill their frontliners for the most part. And I think with like Shell and your ult, since your ult is so good against frontliners, when you're a bruiser solo laner, if you can like bait some abilities and then sit there with your carries and kill whoever's in front of you, I think it's really good, and Shell will help you keep your teammates alive. Plus, upgraded Shell, this game is going to be insane. I mean, it's going to be good for the Neja crits, Izanami, even Erling, even Cronus, you know, it's like just really good. So they have a lot of bursts, so he can get that totem. I'm just getting wave pressure and then looking to rotate. That's kind of what you want to do whenever you look for wave clear. And attack the Gold Fury. I also want to go over there. See if I can help them out. My blue is up, but only awkward part is Erling ganks me here. Now watch what happens here. I accidentally explode the thing on fire. And look at this. He almost dies to it. It's unfortunate. I didn't need a shell there. It was a little bit weird for me to use beads and shell. I just needed the beads, but it's no big deal. That was unfortunate that Erling cut off my rotation there, but, you know, it's fine. They're winning a fight, and right, because their Erling isn't there, because he's the support, right, so it ends up working out fine. This is weird. I'm pretty sure Erling was cutting off my option here, and I was able to heal a little bit from my 2. I tried to cut off my option, then he just ends up blinking on me, and I end up dashing the other way, so I have really no idea why that Erling did that. I almost killed him, too. Got a lot of poke on Cronus as well. Here's me showcasing the fact that you can heal from your plants. If you just sit there and use the first, I guess, what is it, formation of the seed? I don't know. Full clear in the wave, getting a lot of band cross healing as well. I wanted to try and kill this Cronus because my ult was up in 3, but it just was a little bit awkward. I didn't mean that, so I did. Almost bursted him down there. Use my ult to secure my burst once again. I didn't have a plant here. If he was dead, if I had my plant right away, he was dead there. I don't know why I said it like that. Again, I just recorded a 45-minute video talking about literally everything. So, I need some water. And some food. Anybody hungry? But yeah, anyway. So I found my 2 there. He's dead. Unfortunate that the 2 also has a cooldown, you know. You don't always have them. The Thoth is there, so I decided to go this way. I'm not going to cut back towards him. Trying to run towards my teammates as well. I ended up clearing the minions there, which is nice. What was that, 63 gold? We'll take it. Just running to my team. They're helping me out, keeping me alive. So if I was like a full damage Persephone there and that far up clearing the wave, I probably would have insta-died, or at least they would have tried to insta-kill me, you know. So, like I said, we're going to be working into the Jane Emperors now. We're so close to it, but it's unfortunate. If somebody got a jungle shrine and I sold my ward, maybe I could have waited for it, but we just need to get out of base. This was a little bit awkward by my team. They fought without me. They knew I just backed, and they went into a big fight. And if I was there, I would have literally owned everybody. I'm so big right now. Obviously, they have some characters that are just as big as me, but, you know, with tank items, you can get away with a little bit more. So that's unfortunate. They ended up losing a fight for it. But Izanami dashed on my Baron, so I'm like, oh, okay, you want to die? I tried to set up 2 plants, but the animations were a little bit slow. Ended up killing him either way because he used his beads and he gets in front of us. That was good. Good pull by Baron and everything. Trying to just poke at the Thoth here. I was a little bit confused on what he was doing. I thought they might have been on Portal because he was trying to zone his hat or something. But it turns out Kronos was on my blue buff, so I got my blue, whatever. I don't really care. I mean, I have Genji's at this point. Genji's gives you so much MP5. I think it's 40 MP5, right? Like, what is that? 30 or 40 or something. Basically, you get enough from Genji's. You'll never run out of mana. Unless you're like hell. Just seeing what Erling's trying to do there. We have a nice little ward. I need it back for my Jane Emperors as well. And at this point, my 1's doing some pretty good clears. So using my 2 to also clear the wave, the front minions, because they're a little bit tankier. Now we'll back our Jane Emperors. So the next thing I wanted to go more CDR, and I was thinking about Chronos Pendant, but I already have 30% CDR when I have my blue buff, so I would have been overcapped with that. And overcapping isn't the biggest deal, but I also wanted a damage item, like one of the best damage items you can get. And Spear of Deso is honestly one of the single best damage items in the game, especially for squishies, because it gives you 100 power. Was it 15 pen, and then CDR, and then also CDR in the passive. So it also gives you a ton of CDR, so it's just really nice. Really good single damage item. And even though I have more than one damage item, it's just really nice to have. Only awkward thing is it doesn't give percent pen, so if I'm going to stick with my carries and kill their frontliners, then obviously percent pen might be a little bit more worth. Right here I messed up my secure a little bit. It was a little bit awkward because we just started bursting it down. But other than that, I'm just trying to keep my team alive as we try and get out. Ended up being a good fight though, because it kind of just ran into us and I got a really good ult off. So we ended up just killing their frontliners, like I said. What I was talking about was secure on fire or FG or pyro or gold or anything like that. Basically what you want to do is throw out your plants and have a nice stack of them, and then just 3 them for instant burst secure. Basically just how you damage people as well. A nice little burst going here on Chronos. My Baron pushed up and left. Baron was making some questionable decisions this game, that's for sure, but it's fine. I thought this might have been a good fight. It was just a little bit awkward because it was hard to actually get towards them and chase them down because I couldn't slow them or CC them, and Cronus was so fast. But Cronus is way too far pushed up here. This should be a free kill for the boys. I'm going to try and force his ult early. There it is. He's just going to come straight back to where we were, and should be free kills. So, use my 2 to slow. Then 1 to secure right after. Another way to secure the hit of your 1 is to use the slow of your 2. It's still hard and they can still juke it, but something that you can look for. So unfortunate that we kind of want to fight over here, and I think Freya got a solo kill on Izanami. She had to use her ult for it, so we want to fight over here. She got a solo kill and almost got the tier 1, but because she used her ult, it was kind of just a sitting duck. After our tier 2, we got the gold from our plants there, and I think a jungle shrine, so we were able to afford a full upgraded shell as well, which works out. They got the Oni Fury because they kind of got a pick on Izanami and it kind of went straight to it. It was just honestly a good call by them. It's keeping this game close. If we were able to get that gold, we would have pulled ahead a little bit too far, I think. They kept the game close by instantly pulling that Gold Fury and getting it. But I was like, oh, they got Gold Fury. Let's instantly do something weird and try and kill somebody. So I said gank right. Only thing we need to be cautious of here is them pulling fire. But the thing about it is we are killing Izanami, so I just forcing her dash there. If we just force her dash right away, then we can easily kill her. Plus, I hit her with my ult anyway because she dashed towards the wall. So I just threw it at the wall, and wherever she dashed, I was just going to throw it against the wall, and it probably would have hit her, you know. It ends up working out. Get a free pick on her. I say defend fire because they could be on it, but we see Erling, so it's likely that they're not. You'd be the only one that would probably tank it, besides maybe Cronus could. Right here, I'm tanked, so I don't really care if this Ninja goes on me. I'm just trying to bait. We end up forcing the ult pretty early. I hit all of my abilities, and that should just be a free kill. Soft in the left jungle. Cronus will get my tower. He probably got my blue as well, but we're kind of hitting a tier 2 in, right, which is nice. Pretty sure we get this tower. That was a nice burst. I first forced Erling ult with my jump. He's on me, so this is really good. We're getting nice trades here. We got a tier 2. We got a kill. 2 kills so far. Erling ults is down, so we could even fight mid. Persephone's good against Erling. There's not a lot for Erling to do because you can ult him and he can't get out, and you can also slow him and there's nothing you do. We need to be careful of this Thoth ult, but we both got hit by it. We were literally owning this fight so hard, and the only reason it went poor is because Thoth got a sick ult off. Where's Thoth dash here, so I thought we might be able to kill. Ended up hitting him. I burst into his Aegis, unfortunately. He uses both his axes there, so I shell my Baron to try and keep him alive, try and get him away. Burst the Izanami down as much as possible. What? I don't know why Freya's left. I guess she's coming now, but almost killed the Izanami there. I thought Thoth would hit his dash, so I still kind of want to fight, but Cronus is full health, so this is a little bit awkward. This ended up being a really bad fight for us. I think Izanami life still off the mid camps a little bit. But yeah, this would have all gone so much better if I didn't use my 2 into the Thoth, I guess. But it was hard. I mean, it's hard to say. Like, I couldn't just, like... I was just doing it to try and burst him down, and, you know, he happened to use it. This might be fine because I got the slow on him. You know why all this is going poorly as well? I just ended up checking the builds in the middle of the game, you'll see. I end up just, like, inting into the Izanami, trying to help, try and kill. Do what I can. But I checked the build, and Freya her build was atrocious, guys. It was literally, like... She went first item Typhons, then Ring of Hecate, which I don't even think is good. Hecate, whatever, however you say it. I think, do I check it here? I was like, how is this Freya not just owning everybody? We're at the point in the game where you should have like 3 or 4 items and you should be one-shotting people. But look at her build. She has Typhons and Ring of Hecate. She doesn't even have Demonic, she doesn't have Telekines. Even Fatalis, like the only good 3 items that you would want on Freya. But whatever. No big deal. He ended up getting a kill on his Izanami, which is really big when they get fire because you can kill their ADC who has fire. It's gonna slow down their push a lot. They do get fire there, unfortunately, but not the end of the world. I might be able to get out here, but they're gonna cut him off. I couldn't forget what happened. I spawn up. So that's actually good for them to chase him. Or it's good for us that they're chasing him around. We're kind of just stalling their fire, making it awkward for them to back for their gold and then come back and try and push. So the more stall you do, the better when people have Fire Giant. Waste their time. Right here, Neja's in between our towers, so I was like, alright, let's just go on this guy. And I think we end up forcing his ult because, yep, there's his ult because he's going to tank the tower shots for a while with my slow. I was like, Neja ulted down, this might be a good fight. Maybe we can just kill 1 or 2 of them and get a fire off of them. But, once again, The Freya doesn't do nearly enough damage though. And ulti Neja here get his beads. Now look at this, dude. Look how much damage he just did to me. I was like, did I just get... This Thoth just ulted. How did I take so much damage? What did I just get bursted by? I think I check it in a second. Look at that Neja basic attack. I literally have a Jade Emperor's crown, and he hit me for 1600 basically. I guess 1500, yeah. 1500 of auto attack, because he probably autoed off of my... Because you always get an auto off of your sash. So 1500 damage in auto attacks. He must have crit me like 3 or 4 times there, because I have a Jade Emperor, so he's probably crit me for like... Well, depending on which hit of his hit chain he hit me with. He crit me a lot, let's just say, and I got insta-killed. We ended up killing him for it, and we're getting fires off of them, so it's honestly worth. We're just stalling. It's still early in the game, so our respawn timers aren't crazy high. And Odin's stalling once again, so this is good for us. They will get a Phoenix off of it. I don't think Freya is able to defend. But nonetheless, they only get 1 Phoenix in. Their fire's getting more and more stalled. Look for an ult here, but they dash away. It's like almost it seemed like they knew I was gonna do it, and I think my team, if they had baited a little bit more, like they actually kept going on them, and I got my ult off on them, we probably would have killed. But no big deal. I ended up hitting someone anyway. So now they have a Phoenix down, so all we really have to worry about at this point is getting our waves pushed up and right and still fighting, because we're still, I mean, it's still a really close game. Their fire's about to end, and Izanami might cut off there. Didn't even explode my plant, so it's no big deal. We got the Cronus in the cage. I don't know if we're going to be able to kill anyone, though, because, again, Izanami has no damage, or not Izanami, Freya has no damage, no pen, and this Cronus has tank items, so. Plus they're back, so I'm kind of just trying to play back as much as I can while still getting damage off. I shelled him there, so that was good. I didn't really mind this stage ulting. We got a kill on Cronus already, which is good, and I have Jade Emperor, so not going to do a lot of damage to me. So, again, we're just getting fires off of them and stalling. Their fire's about to be over. My ult's about to be up, which is really good for this defense. I'm gonna try and immune this sash, which I did. I missed my ult, which is just like honestly unfortunate, but it's no big deal. I didn't actually miss it because we still ended up like crippling the Izanami and stuff, but I didn't get the big hit of damage off of it. Almost killed Izanami there. Keep in mind that your 1 goes through walls, so if I threw it to the right a little bit there, I might have killed her. But she was 1 HP. We saved our tier 2, so this is good. Honestly, really good. I want to go on this Thoth. We forced his dash. This Nem is just getting owned by this Erling a little bit, which is honestly weird. Nem's usually really good at 1v1ing and very hard to kill, but this game she was dying a lot. So I think it was just because she was a full damage build. She was like trans, hydras, all that good stuff. Didn't really go like a typical Nem annoying build, you know. I instantly exploded the plant that was the end of my 1. This is awkward because they have Oracle Vision, so they know we're on fire. Or fire gold. So we kind of have to play this a little bit. Kind of have to play it perfectly. We're taking a lot of damage from it. I just kind of want Thoth to come in so I can ult him if he plays up, or if we see his dash, then we're going to do it. Try and burst it down. It was a really good reset, honestly, by Odin. End up getting the ult on Thoth for a free kill, and then we end up getting gold free as well because we kill Izanami while we're securing gold. We're still down 1k, so this is a really close game, honestly. But now we have enough for Ethereal and an upgraded shell, except we already upgraded our shell. Oops. We'll get a 500 pot. Like I said, CDR is really nice on Persephone, so the fact that I have full CDR now without a blue buff is really good. Plus the extra damage from 500 pot. If Odin can push out right and then we go to fire, it should be really good for us. The problem is he's our tank. I thought he was our jungler. And he takes a while to clear those waves with no damage on him. And this left wave is huge, so we need to make sure we get that. I think Freya goes over to it, so I just decided to go towards fire. See if I can help out with the gank. That takes a lot of damage here. Maybe return a little bit, but I bees this just in case he tries to ult me. I get a Genji's proc there, which is really nice. I use my plants off of the whoop to try and get a lot of burst. We end up getting a lot of burst, but not killing him. That was a really good beads by Baron. I get a nice ult to secure them down. Use it to burst them. The sash went off though, unfortunately. Ended up wanting him through the wall and killing him, but he sashed my explosions. So we can chase this Cronus down if I use my 2 to slow after my 3. We end up doing it, and he gets out with 1 HP. I'm pretty sure he beats that. Now Thoth is kind of free casting in front of us, so I try to go on him. That's my 1. Thoth ult, Izanami ult. And try and keep our stay alive as much as possible. Get a nice burst off of the whoop. Do a lot of damage on Erling as well. Odin's still in right, pushing the waves, which I mean I don't really like disagree with because trying to push it as much as possible is really nice. I don't know. Erling's just chasing me and I still have damage for him, so free kill. Good blink shell by him just in case, but if he came over earlier, I think we would have killed everyone, but it's fine. It's like hard to say. We'll get our Phoenix up for it, which is good. I kind of wanted to still fight here because I have my ult back up. And I figured Thoth would go over to the mid wave, so I ended up doing that. So at least force his beads or something. Nice. Unfortunate that he was able to walk away and didn't get hit by my 2. But we forced his beads, so that's good. He should be a pretty easy kill in the next fight if we can get on him. With no beads, you know. Thoth, no CC immunity is pretty easy to kill. Especially if I can get my ult on him, but yeah. Good trade. My ult will be back up with my full CDR, so not too much to worry about. They just get pyro for it, not too big of a deal. Still a really close game, 30 minutes in. This left wave keeps pushing in pretty hard in the favor. I think they keep pushing it. All we want to do here is make sure they're not on fire and then just kind of wait for our team to group up. So I just check over there. You can see from here whether they're on fire. You'll see animation upping on it. So I was like, okay, we're good. We just did our blue buff. Didn't really need to do it since I already have full CR, but the mana might help me in the end. Because I do have Genji's, which is probably enough, but I do spam a lot of abilities. Nice ethereal procs here. Basically, you just want to get your ethereal procs before the fight so you can be a little bit tankier and make them a little bit less tanky. Because you steal their health, if you didn't know. Yeah, I'm really happy with my build is right now. I do a lot of damage and I'm really tanky. Just really obnoxious. Of course, the full CDR makes me really obnoxious. Basically, we're trying to set up an ambush here, try and some kills. Basically, so this is weird. The Nation went for a blink ults on me, but I'm a tank. You know, like I think he knew my beads were still down, but they're coming. I think they were just about to come up. But I mean, I'm a tank at the end of the day, so Izanami was able to get out of there, but I still ended up getting a really nice ult and locking them down for some free kills. If I was able to hit Cronus with my slow here, we might have been able to chase him out before we go fire, but now we get a free fire. Basically, that Neja made a big mistake, and then I also got a really nice ult off, and it just ended up causing havoc. And that Izanami speeds, I'm pretty sure we're still down from the last fight. So from when she killed that Freya, and I tried to burst her down off the loop. Interesting. So this is me showcasing the secure on the Persephone. If you throw down your plants and then just dash them when there's a bunch of plants right there, then you'll get a lot of damage off, and that's how you secure objectives with her. Yeah, we have 3 picks right now, so we should honestly push right away. It's hard to say whether we should go straight for the Phoenix just because gold is coming up and we already have a ton of gold. So it's probably safer to just not go for this and just back with all of our gold. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta go for it. I get a nice ethereal proc there. I forget what happened this fight, but I guess we'll see. So them gets picked in mid, so that's the worst part. We ended up bursting Kronos down before his ult. I thought we wouldn't be able to because he mantle procs my 3. I didn't get to use it. But we're just going a little too hard now, especially with Neja coming behind us. We gotta be careful. Baron's actually popping off. I tried to shell him, but I ended up not hitting him, which is kind of sad for us. But Neja comes behind and I just burst him the hell down. He doesn't have a lot of defense, right? And I don't have a lot of percent pen, but I do have a lot of flat pen in my Sphere Deso, so good for that. Thought we might be able to burst this Thoth down, but unfortunately we were not able to. Odin isn't healthy enough to really think this Phoenix. But we end up getting the Phoenix anyway because we poked him out so hard. His dash came back up, so for me to dash toward him, it probably wouldn't have been worth it. It was just going to get the Phoenix anyway, you know. Just using my 2 to heal. With my Fire Giant plus Baron's Brew, I'm healing a lot. So whenever there's like downtime like this, there's picks and you're a solo laner who's tanky and people can't really 1v1 you very well, you should look for things to take away from them. And one of the most important things is red. Take away red from their mid laners. Really, really nice. If you get double red in a team fight, that is like, it should go extremely in your favor. How much more damage you have than them. So if you like split it between, like, say I have this red and then my mage has a red and then our carry has purple, then we have that much more damage in the fight, and it'll be that much more advantageous for us to win. Little things like that add up, you know. Could be the difference in a fight. So we'll get gold along the way as well. Just really ramp up our gold. We're sitting on 4,500 gold right now. It's just insane. The 3K pots are honestly usually worth it over just selling boots for another thing. But I needed percent pen. I was thinking about what items I could go. I could look at all these, but I wanted percent pen. So I was like, I'll just go obsidian because a lot of times I'm gonna be sitting there hitting their front line, and obsidian would be good for that, obviously. So I go that. So that obsidian kind of carries my percent pen, and then I have a bunch of damage for their carries as well as being a little bit tanky and obnoxious. So with fire, we have fire for 60 seconds. We might be able to get a phoenix push off of this. So go for the right phoenix. Go for the right phoenix here. Plus, we're starting to get some fire pressure in left. It's in the middle of the lane right now, but it's about to stack up pretty hard, so somebody's got to defend it eventually. In fact, somebody might be already over there pushing it. It'd be good for them to do that, to have that wave really far pushed up. But if they are there right now, then we should definitely try and push right away. Whenever you see somebody split pushing or on the other side of the map and you're looking to push, you should go hard. Go right as soon as you see them. We saw Izanami dash here, so I was like, alright, I'm going to go for an ult on her, but the Kronos just so happens to walk over and block it. I'm really not sure whether he meant to do that. I don't think he did, but we end up killing the Izanami. My team goes way too hard here. We're just trying to get the Phoenix and chill, boys, and they're going way past their Phoenix, especially the Nem can do it. Nem can get away with that. She's the jungler. That's fine, but the Freya going that hard is just obnoxious. So I tried to save her with the shell and ended up not working out. I'm really low at this point, and need to try and get out. Thoth gets a nice ult off. Another one. This guy's popping off with his ults. I get kills. I'm just trying to slow them, try and help us get away. But nonetheless, Odin ends up dying. I thought these guys were going to chase me here. I'm surprised they didn't. So I threw my 2 out to try and hit them, slow them a little bit more, maybe a little bit more pokes, so maybe I can kill them once my ult comes back up. They didn't chase me for some reason. I was so confused by that. Plus we have minions on their Titan, so somebody has to back defend it, so really not too bad of a spot. We should be able to get the next fire, at least defend it, because Billing's dead for 30, our team's going to be respawning in 20, and fire's not even up yet, you know. Somebody has to defend their Titan, all those things. Now, if you want to watch what inting is, you guys can watch it right now. I'm literally about to int. So I heard the speed be done, and I knew it wasn't Kronos because it was way too quick for it to have been the Kronos. I dash on this guy because I kind of want to bait him to go on me because I want to try and kill him, thinking I could live long enough for my Freya. But he barrel stuff ults me, and I can't get my beads off. I thought I was just going to beads and just kill him, but since he was so close, I basically had to pre-beads it. So I should have just beads, and if I wasted it and he waited for my ult, so be it. But since he barrel stuff, it's so hard to beads Neja ult, like raw Neja ult from really close. Like if they're really close with it, you can't do it reactively. You literally have to pre-beads it, so unfortunate for us there. Didn't get to delay long enough for Freya to come clean up, or for me even to kill him in my incorporeal form, so unfortunate. A bit of an imp by me. That could have been really bad for us as far as like them pulling fire, but we still have fire pressure and stuff, so it's a play that you could maybe look to make. If they were a little bit more organized, maybe they could have done it. But I thought I would be able to kill him at the end of the day. But we get Pyro, which is really good for me to come out of base with. Something to keep in mind with Persephone as well is that your respawn timer starts when you go into your ghost form, right when you're in your incorporeal form. So sometimes, like especially early game, you'll instantly respawn, and that's pretty troll. You know, it was 600 IQ. It was all calculated from the beginning. Neja just played up without his ult being up, so he got instantly killed. So now we have a pick for 60 seconds with fire up. So it was all calculated, like I said. Played up without his ult. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a lot of CDR, so free kill. He didn't even get to I don't know, react basically. So they get another pick on the Kronos, I'm pretty sure, because no way he can get away from them. He does use his Kronos ult, so he's just gonna come back towards us, or eventually they're just gonna kill him. We do have 2 picks now, so I thought maybe we could go for the Titan here, just because he's up for 30, we have fire pressure, and right, maybe the wave will get there in time. But it's honestly just safer to go for the fire giant and then go for all these things. Plus it's a enhanced fire, so it's that much better. So that's basically what we're doing here, just getting the fire giant. I can tank this because I can heal up with Baron's food, plus fire, plus my 2. Don't really have to worry too much. Another nice little tip for Persephone is that you kind of want to use your dash early on before like an engagement or a fight, so that you have your explosion plant ready and you'll have your dash back up. So if I dash like right now before we start fighting over here, over here, I'll have it back up in time for me to actually use it as an escape. Use that for an ethereal proc, slow down the early lane from engaging. Ajax gets a really nice blink ult off here and insta kills the Freya, which is honestly unfortunate. And Thoth insta-killed the Nemesis, so this fight is already going bad. Plus Baron is split pushing the mid Phoenix. We end up getting the Phoenix, so that's good for us. But Baron split pushing, 2 of us got insta-killed. I'm like, Baron, help me here, bro. So I run over to him, and it all just goes poorly. Baron, a mage should never really be the one split pushing, especially a Baron. I have no idea why it was him. I used my beads here, and you're thinking, well, you're dead no matter what. Why are you doing this? I thought they might be able to end here, so what I'm trying to do is just buy time, bring them closer to their Titan, their Phoenix, and everything, so that they are farther away from our Titan so that they can't end. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to trade my beads. I'm a tank already, so I may not even need my beads for the next fight. But I'm a tank. I'm going to try and trade my beads for time, basically, so that they can't end the game. And that's what I did. Plus, they're upgraded, so they may be even back up by the next time we fight. I was actually really surprised that Odin didn't live here. He didn't stun him, which is unfortunate, and he also didn't get his jump back up. I thought he had full CDR and would have been jump. So that little extra time, I think, honestly saved us this game. As you can tell, they're going to get the Phoenix, but my teammates are back up in 2 seconds. They're now up. And they actually try and go for the end, which is really silly by them. So that little extra time that I saved might have been the difference. So look what happens. He says, Frey, you got to do something in these fights, man. And he starts fragging. You know why? It's probably because he literally bought 1 item. It's called Demonic Grip. Yeah, they go for the end here, and I mean, I don't hate their call. The thing is, it was really risky. The game would have gotten stalled even harder because Fire wasn't up for a while, so we would have had a Phoenix down. They would have had Phoenixes down, or Phoenix, and it would have just gotten stalled harder. And their Phoenixes are unhealthy, plus one of their Phoenixes is already down, so once we respawn, maybe we could even fight them again in the game. So I don't really hate their call, but it definitely was an instant win for us because look how long they're dead for, you know? So yeah, we can basically just run at their Titan and end the game. So yeah, I mean, not much to it unless Thoth puts up the greatest defense ever. The Wowie defense. My teammates literally hit. That wasn't me spam pinging, okay? My team's literally killing the Phoenix. I have no idea why. They could literally just end the game. Look how much damage Freya does to that. I was like, what the hell? My 3's on instacast, so that's why I jumped up. Ended up being top damage, and made some plays this game. I said it in the actual play-by-play commentary, but I'm by no means the best Persephone in the world. I'm still learning her, and you know, I don't even play her that much. I just recently started playing her more because I think she's a really fun god. I'm by no means the best player in the world. Not even like a top 5 Persephone player in the world, but I do know a lot about her, and I know some tips and tricks, and I try to showcase them in this video and explain them a little bit. Just a general overview real quick for Persephone is her abilities are pretty hard to hit, so use your ult to secure them or the slow off of your 2. Throw down your plants and jump on them to be really aggressive and explode your plants, and then you can throw down your 2 once again for another explosion. There's a plant that spawns at the end of your 1, so if you want to grab that at level 1 and then run out to your mid lane, buy really quickly and set up your plants, or if you're playing your solo or wherever, ADC, set up your plants like that. I like to max my 2, get really good at using your plants, like the walkie plants, the ones that chase them, and the explosion plants, and it will do a ton of burst damage if you max that. But if you're not comfortable on Persephone, then you can max your 1 and just kind of clear ways with that and be really safe. Remember that you throw out your ults because you can hit walls with them, and it will still cripple and hit people really easily. So you don't always have to hit them with the burst damage. Just throw it against a wall, and it'll be really annoying for them to deal with. And yeah, there's that little auto trick where if you auto and then throw out your 2 at max range, you'll be able to instantly blow up things or instantly heal or do whatever. And yeah, the chasey plants, they're really easy to confirm early game, but they're really hard to confirm late game. The best way to confirm them is through your ult. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's my desktop. You guys saw it for a second. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Sorry for I kind of was all over the place with the commentary and everything, but honestly, I just did that 40-minute play-by-play and my voice is dead. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.